Strong leadership is vital in setting the parameters for the change and giving a people direction. But that isn't just leadership from the top or from the front. It's critical that you've got leadership throughout the institution, because the change becomes great when other people have their input to it within those parameters. And this has evolved in a way that, you know, perhaps we could never have imagined from the beginning. It's still true to the principles that we set up at the beginning, but the staff who've been involved in it and the leadership that's been shown in leading this innovation throughout the school has been phenomenal.
Research tells us that, you know, a lot of focus is placed on the logistical migration, if you like, rather than the cultural sort of development. So it's really important to avoid a performance dip and safeguard standards in this transitional period. And I think, you know, you've got to therefore get everybody signed up to the final vision.
Some of the things that we had to do were to develop a sense of collective responsibility amongst the staff, so that everybody understood their part in realising the vision and understood that if they didn't support their colleagues, then the success of the school wouldn't be realised.
It's been a huge change for the school, and many staff have had to change the way they've approached their teaching and learning. And you can't expect staff to jump out of what has been a traditional experience for them into a new curriculum without a huge amount of consultation and a huge amount of CPD. And that's been very much our focus as a senior team, to ensure that we're bringing staff along with us. So that's included full inset days where staff have been asked to take part in consultation. We've had conferences, weekends away, where staff have been asked to be involved in the development of materials and resources. Core teams of staff who've been asked to coach new staff. And of course our interview process now has been tweaked and changed so that when we do recruit new teachers, they're very much the type of teacher we want to help deliver our curriculum. We asked staff right at the very beginning of this journey how they felt they would like to see teaching and learning change and what impact that would have on the school. We asked them to imagine they could produce a wish list of things they would like to do as teachers. And they talked about using space differently, using time differently, having students block together over significant periods of time, getting rid of these 50-minute lessons.
I came back with an idea of extended blocks of time which didn't have traditional names. They didn't look like anything we'd done before.
We have a block of 4 lessons that is focusing on challenge time. The 2 lessons in the morning are focused on team time. However, if we want to take the students out for a particular activity, we can take them off-site for the full day, because we then have the 6 lessons that blend into one. It's not really delivery of the curriculum subjects, it's more so delivering the personal learning and thinking skills with the curriculum subjects mapped and sort of integrated into them type of project-based activities.
One of the things we did also was to change the language that we were talking about. So everything was about learning. So we called them students rather than pupils.
You'll see cohorts of students going into bigger spaces. You'll see students maybe carouselling around classrooms. You may see 2 or 3 teachers in a classroom doing some team teaching. So it's really focused staff on using time differently, using space differently, and using the resources differently.
Once you begin to question traditional views of teaching and learning, there really is no way back. Once you decide that moving students around from A to B to C on the bell is not the best way forward, you can't go back to traditional styles of teaching.
I think the new innovative way that we deal with curriculum now is ideal, and we've changed it each year. We've listened to what the pupils have said, we've listened to what parents have said, we've listened to the teaching staff, and we've changed it. And that has to be an iterative process, that it changes year by year. The benefits have been felt right across the whole of the school. It's the teachers themselves that were knocking on the door saying, we want to be involved.
And we had a competition for the children to design a card for the school that I could send out to the students if they were done something particularly good. And one of the children designed the motto, which is now our mission statement, learning to work together, which was a really good strapline, if you like, for what I'd been trying to say to them was the vision for their school.